And now I'm really attracted to her. So now I have to ask my best friend permission to get with this girl. And he gave it to me. Do you know how crazy that sounds? The year is 2013. I am 21. God damn, time flies. At this point in time, I'm trying to find my footing in the world. Find who I am. Discover what I like, what I don't like. And I was in between two jobs at the time. And I found myself at GP College this time around, just to pass time. And this is where I would find a friend that would influence me, obviously in a bad way. So this one time, I walk into class now, and I see this one dude who looked so displaced. He looked like he didn't even belong there. So while I notice him, he notices me being a person that does not look like someone you would find there because, like I said, I was passing time. I had too much money on me, didn't know what to do with it. So I figured, hey, might as well go to school, try to, learn something. Let's call this guy TD. He was those skinny dudes, but that were buff. Like the Bruce Lee type. He was tanned with long curly hair, so you would assume that he was Somalian. All to find out he was just an arrogant dude with a hot temper, which I would later find out it got me into a lot of trouble. TD and I start hanging out on a regular. We start finding out that we have a lot of things in common. Bad bitches, hip hop, good food, good times, good vibes, money. Bad bitches, and we happened to run the same circles. And that right there was the start of a new bromance. So once a week we would either do movies or catch lunch, obviously to maximize our chances of meeting girls. We had two particular spots, right? So when we were broke, McDonald's Gandhi Square was the place to be, which was every other day. And if we were moneyed up, Rosebank Frenemy was the place to be. If not Frenemy, we used to do liquid shifts in Rosebank. I remember this one time, there was this movie that was relevant at the time, Wolf of Wall Street, and I had watched it with some girl that I was vibing with, and I was so mind blown by that movie that I had to tell my boy TD. So obviously TD and I snuck into the cinema and we watched it, and there was this one scene in the movie that practically ran how TD and I used to do our thing every time we went out. You know that scene where Leo is talking to Matt and then they like that huh. Yeah, that whole scene. There's a point where Matt tells the waiter that, yo,
here's the game plan. You're gonna bring us 2 absolute martinis. You know how I like them, straight up. And then precisely 7½ minutes after that, you're gonna bring us 2 more. Then 2 more after that every 5 minutes until one of us passes the fuck out.
And we were the ungovernable duo after that. We literally had our waiter every time we rocked up at Frenemy do exactly that for us. Every time we were there, he would give us like a double shot of gin. And at the time, I was not drinking, but we got messed up hard, badly. Oh my God. This one time we couldn't even pay for parking because we had exhausted our funds there. And we had to start asking people to like give us like $2, $5 just so we can make parking. So yeah, you could say we were those guys, but on a budget. Everything was fun, it was unpredictable, it was very spontaneous. Up until some girl came into the picture. Oh gosh, let's call this girl T. So T was this dark in complexion, model-like skinny girl, curvy in the right places. And she was like slightly taller than me. Actually, she was taller than me. And she had mad sex appeal. So TD and T used to be back and forth with each other. The situation was, T wanted to be in a relationship with TD, but TD just wanted to smash and go. But that all changed when TD introduced T to me. What had happened was, at a certain time, he always needed to go to work. So he would actually have to leave school early. So that used to give T and I time to actually sit down and get to know each other. So we would do like random dates during the week, and we would just chill. We would just hang out. We would have a good time. We would be talking. We'd be texting back and forth. Then out the blue, T dead ass tells me, yo, boy, I really want you. You can get it. So now I'm conflicted. Do I smash? Do I tell TD? Do I not tell him about it? I'm an old school dude. The logical thing to do is not to tell him. It's just to do it and not tell him. Decisions. The only problem is now I'm loyal to a fault. So I end up telling TD the situation. You're my boy. So what had happened was I started hanging out with T and T started liking me. And now T really wants to just bang my brains out. How do you feel about that? Can I do it? Is it something that you think you'd be cool with? So guess what this guy says to me? I will think about it.
Well, I didn't see this going that direction.
Oh, okay. Yeah, think about it. Okay. So at this point, I'm very startled. But he's my boy. I have to hear him out. And I gave him time to think about it. A week later, he gives me the green light to do what I gotta do. And me being me, went to my regular slaughterhouse, booked us there for 2 nights. Long story short, let's just say I banged T the whole weekend. And that's literally all we did. Bang it out. All because TD told me I'm only allowed to do it just once. Imagine that. He gives me the green light, and that green light is just to bang this chick once. And then me being me, I don't report what happened that weekend. Already I'm annoyed that I had to literally ask someone to get with someone that wants to get with me. What? If there's one thing about me, I don't like being told what to do and what I shouldn't do. I want to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. Preach. So obviously I didn't tell him anything, but that didn't stop him from asking me questions that, yo, did you? And I was like, yeah, I did it. I did it. And after I told him, he was so crushed. Like you can see that he was just crushed. He was crushed that I did that. But I asked him and he gave me permission. Like, what's the point of giving me permission on to do something and then I do it, then you get crushed by it? And now that I've gotten with TD, my boy, decided that, yo, I gotta start pursuing T. And T was just not having it because in her head, I think she saw that how your boy took a week to act on me and you've been sleeping on me and you only acting on me because your boy made progress with me. And during this time where TD is chasing T and T is chasing me and I'm avoiding her because now I found someone that I kind of liked. So this girl that I've been chasing, right? We just getting to know each other and she's on my case. She's like, yo, my boy, you need to hit it raw because I just found out that I'm infertile. And I'm like, oh, no, this sounds like a scam. But in my head, I'm like, I'm willing to do it if we get tested for HIV and all that stuff. And she's like, yeah, nah, let's do it. Let's go raw. But that never happened. Like, we never got tested. We never got it on because she ghosted me. So during this time where she ghosted me, I started getting along with one of her friends. Let's call her Lisa. So the thing with Lisa and that girl I was busy with is they friends. So every time I would ask Lisa, yo, where's your friend? Where's your friend? She just ghosted me. She just disappeared. She's like, yeah, she disappeared on me. But she's home. She's doing this. But they were talking, but she was not talking to me, but she was talking to her. So during that time, me and Lisa end up vibing. And next thing you know, we are banging here, we're banging there, we're going out, we're doing this, we're doing that. It's a fun time. Things go south. And that hun comes back like 7-8 months later. All to find out that she got pregnant with another dude baby. She finds out that me and Lisa were getting it on, but she's cool with it. She's like, nah, it's cool. You know, you can date both of us at the same time. So now I got 2 girlfriends without actually expecting to have 2 girlfriends. Lisa wasn't about it because she felt like she was being a disloyal friend. So now what had happened was another random day. I'm just chilling. I'm minding my own. TD hits me with a question. And I'm like, yo, what's up, boy? Talk to me. Talk to me. He's like, Lisa is trying to smash, so can I get some consent to hit that?
This nigga over here. Is that what we're doing now, huh?
In my head, I chuckled. I knew what this was. An eye for an eye. And I gave him the green light to do whatever he needed to do. And bear in mind, at this point, Lisa and I are not getting along because she's starting to detach because of the whole friend thing, her friend coming back into the picture. So I understood as well that, yo, she's probably like feeling some type of way about that situation. So she did what she needed to do. So how I found out that they actually got it on, because my boy didn't come and tell me the news and I didn't even ask because I couldn't care. So when Lisa did me wrong, what she would always do is she would cook me up a storm. Like she would bake for me. She would bring me food. She would buy me stuff. And I always knew something was wrong when she did that because she would start with that and then she would drop the news after. So this one time she baked for me and then I was not having it because I was like, nah, you're not loyal. Blah, say, blah, say, blah. Yeah, double standards. Don't judge me. I'm a dude. I don't like sharing, but I like to be shared. Around about the same time, my relationship with Titi started taking a decline. We never pulled up anywhere to do anything together. We didn't do the lunch things every week. We didn't go out anymore. We didn't sneak into cinemas to watch movies. Instead, we became competitors. We became frenemies. It became who can bang more girls, who can secure more girls, on which he won. Because 1.1, I didn't have the kind of resources he had. And 2, I was not really interested in proving a point that I can get girls. I was just happy to have any girl pay attention to me. And I was like, yo, let's get it. But we continued to be friends and that was that. Recent days, the last time I saw TD was in 2016 at gym. I used to date some girl that used to work at the reception, and he used to casually date her back in the day. So when he found out that I'm in a relationship with her, he started asking her out on dates, and I already knew what that was about because, you know, dude was always in competition with me. I was never in competition with him. The lesson that I learned from that entire experience is that you don't hang out with your best friend's girlfriend because you're going to end up getting with them. They shouldn't even be on talking conditions where they have each other's numbers, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up texting this person trying to look for this person, and then you're going to connect with this person. Next thing you know, you're in a situation. And another lesson that I learned is that, and if it happens that if any of your friends sleep with the person that you're in a relationship with, all that proves to you is that the person that you're in a relationship with is not loyal. You cannot trust them. You cannot trust them to be around your friends because they will bang them. As for your friends, you might need to check though, because at the end of the day, your friends will always be there when you get hurt. Whether it's bad, it's good, it's bad. But I know most women would cut off their friends. Me as a dude, I would never cut my relationship off with homie, all because he slept with my girl. Will I question my relationship with you, my friendship with you? Yeah. But at the end of the day, you kind of help shed light that, yo, I cannot trust this person around my people. And another ultimate lesson that I learned is always keep friends that will be honest to you about everything and anything, whether it's good or bad. Friendships are hard as it is, but you know. And that right there is my video on frenemy frenzy.